hands together for Nancy!
Hi, I'm Nancy, and I'm in my final year of the Master Mathematics. There has been one question that keeps stressing me out. What do you want to do with mathematics once you're done? Everyone asks it, yet no one tells you how to answer it. Last night, the stress got so bad that I made myself a cup of lavender tea, hoping it will calm me down. I must have been more stressed than I thought, because I fell asleep right before I could touch it. When I woke up, there was warm air going over my face, and the ground beneath me felt soft. I wasn't in my bed anymore. I was in a field full of flowers. I didn't notice it though, because I was still wrapped in my head about this one question where mathematics would lead me. A few steps away, there was a boy lying on the ground, absorbed by a damp patch of dark soil. Curiously, I walked up to him. Papers were spread around him like fallen leaves. I asked him, "What are you doing?" He then pointed to a single seed. "Look, this is a sunflower seed. It knows nothing about the world, where the sun will shine, where it will rain, but somehow it grows and adapts to it." How does it do it? He then grabs a bunch of papers from the ground that are smudged with mud and gives one to me. I'm trying to understand mathematically how these seeds grow. Do you want to join me? I looked at his seeds and his papers. It was magical, the topic fascinating, but his enthusiasm also stung a little bit. I wish I was that certain about anything. So I said, "No, thank you. I'll keep walking." I didn't walk quite far till I heard a sudden "Stop!" I froze. A woman came behind me, rushing to me, holding a chalkboard. "You almost stepped on my roses," she said. I looked down and there they were, a small line of red and pink roses curled up on my feet. I'm sorry. What are you doing with these roses?" And then she plucked the petal of a red rose, held it against the light, and she said, "Look at this rose. A rose will always grow, given enough nutrients and light. But a petal curls up towards its center. How does a flower know where to grow? How does a flower know how to restrict its growth? Then she grabs the chalk and she draws all kinds of figures on the board. Spirals, curls, the outlines of the petals. You know, when the bottom of a leaf grows lower than the edges, it grows up, she said. I'm trying to understand how certain restrictions leads to certain geometries and how this differs from flower to flower. Then she looked straight at me. You're a mathematician, right? You can help me understand these shapes. I looked at her. I looked at the board. I even looked at her shoes that were all white because of all the chalk that she had been using on it. It was magical, but I felt that same tiredness in my chest. So I said to her, no thank you, I'll keep wondering. And then I stood up. I walked around the fields and I saw the sun pouring a gold yellow glow over all the flowers, with the sunflowers on the left, the roses on the right, and in the far horizon were so many flowers I couldn't even name. I noticed that they did not mix. They never mixed. And that's because they're in competition with each other to get the right amount of soil, nutrients, and water. In that moment, I realized how these dynamics in these competitions between all of the flowers were deeply mathematical. In that small, quiet moments, the field felt alive, full of equations. And the question I had calmed down as I felt the whole field exhaling with me. And then I woke up. I truly woke up this time. I was in my bed again. The room smelled like lavender. I hadn't drank my tea. When I took a sip of it, it was already cold. It didn't matter though, because for the first time in a very long time, I wasn't stressed anymore. The question remains unanswered, but it's not haunting me. Maybe I don't need to know where mathematics will lead me. Maybe I just have to keep walking and wait till something starts to grow.